Excuse me. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. I'm gonna try to finish my teapot idea thing. Year in review. No, don't wanna. Sorry. I was just feeling kind of stuffy.
Someone needs assistance. Huh. Ad Astra Abyss.
I was just run this again. So my main goal today is to get my teapot done. I really need that thing. At least in my brain I do. You're probably guys are like, oh, that thing's kind of useless. Not for me. Dang, hold on.
Try your luck betting on Jade?
One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bye. Ah. No, just don't care. Don't care who you are. Spam calling. Oh, hi. I had to get my phone because it was ringing, and I love answering spam calls. They're so fun. Big old fat waste of time. So, okay. Got to first off. I need to. How do I just want to focus on one quest right now. I got all these other quests in my map, making it super hard to focus. So, alright, but my main goal for this stream today is to get my Serenity Pot. I wanted to get it last night, but I was just too tired. It was just too much.
You can't beat the atmosphere here, baby.
Hello, Mr. Crossell. How's business been?
Oh, good, very good. All thanks to your advice, Miss Yante. What brings you here today?
You're too kind. I was simply doing my job. Now, I believe that the last time we met, you mentioned that you were looking to source some Smaragdus Jadeite to make hairpins. Have there been any further developments on this front?
Well, yes. As a matter of fact, in the end, I did acquire a small piece of Smaragdus Jadeite and had it fashioned into a pair of hairpins.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Yanfei, might I presume that you have an interest in the hairpins? I must apologize. I've already rented them out to a lady named Zhi Qiao. If you'd like to inspect them, you may have to wait quite some time.
Wait, isn't Smaragdus Jadeite really rare? Aren't you worried about the hairpins getting damaged or lost while they're being rented out?
No, I'm not worried in the slightest, because I signed a contract with Miss Zhi Qiao before renting them to her. The contract makes it quite clear that if she loses or damages the item in question, she must compensate me for its full original value.
And that's probably a lot of money.
In return, I included a clause that guarantees the Smaragdus Jadeite is genuine, with a penalty of 10 times the item's value payable by me to Ms. Jiqiao in the event that it is shown to be a fake.
Guaranteed genuine, with 10 times the value payable if this claim is shown to be false. Yes, these terms are very clear indeed.
Of course. This way, both the client and I have the assurance we need. To ensure fairness, each of us has retained an original copy of the contract.
Okay.
In that case, might you know where Miss Chow lives? We'd like to pay her a visit and have a look at the hairpins.
Oh, of course. She wrote her address down when we signed our contract. Here, I'll mark it on your map for you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Crossell. We'll be off now.
So, I want to get one little piece of information out of my head and onto you know, to let other people know. Normally,
Someone needs
I work an
assistance.
overnight job, so the time of when I would stream and a good like day or whatever, I don't technically like making those type of promises that say, hey, okay, I'm gonna be on this time at this day and I'm gonna stream for this long. I don't like doing that. And here's the reason why. I did that once I tried it out once, and then I didn't like it because it felt like a like job that I was giving myself. Sure, it's like a promise, but and then I felt like every, you know, Wednesday or every Thursday when it would come up, I would force myself to set an alarm to be up here and say, okay, let's play some Street Fighter 4 or you know, whatever game I wanted to play. And I cannot find, oh, see, it's a little bit lower than where I'm at. There. So it's right here.
Oh, whatever shall I do?
Oh, great. Someone stole them. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yes, that's me. Is there something I can help you with?
So that's kind of the reason why I just haven't written a schedule on my Twitch channel with when I'll be live streaming and what times and how long, and I just feel if I do that, then I am super obligated to just come at that time and play games, and then it'll feel like a 9-to-5 job that I don't get paid to do. If that makes any sense to people. It makes sense to me. So that's why I've just sort of, I'll just get on whenever I feel like playing games, and I'll, depending on what I'm doing, I'll stream it or I won't. And today I really want to get this quest done so I could, you know, just do some actual having fun without being in front of a camera kind of fun. Not that saying you guys aren't fun, I'm just...
How do you do, Mr. Chow? We understand from Mr.
Yeah,
Crossell that you recently rented a pair
thank
of
you
hairpins
for
from him.
understanding.
My associates and I are very interested in them. Would you mind letting us take a look at them?
And well, I'm kind of glad there's not a camera pointed at me, because then I just feel more awkward and tongue-tied and nervous. So when I don't have to like look at myself because I have OBS running on my computer screen, and I would definitely see myself talking, and then I would just not want to talk whatsoever because I think I look stupid. But that's just me in my head, kind of thing.
The hairpins. I can't lend them to you right now. I've lost them.
Whoop-de-doo. Saw that coming a mile away.
I don't know how it could have happened. I always kept them right by my side, and I hadn't even worn them yet. I spent so much money on them. If I have to pay their original value, there's no way I could come up with that amount of money on such short notice.
Okay.
My family is in the ore business too, but business has been suffering ever since the chasm was sealed off. We now have a backlog of paid-up orders just sitting around, so we've been having to purchase some stock from other ore merchants to complete them. A big banquet is coming up in a few days, and several ore merchants I know of will be there. I need this opportunity to mingle and discuss prices. That's what the hairpins were for, to keep up appearances. I can't have them looking down on me.
Oh.
But now that I've lost the hairpins, what will I do?
Looks like I gotta say, hey, I'll go find him for you.
Why does Paimon have a sudden strong sense of deja vu?
Would you really? I sent a commission to the Adventurers Guild, but I haven't heard anything back from them yet.
Nice.
Hold on. Don't run off looking for the hairpins just yet. Mr. Chow, would you let me have a look at the rental contract you signed?
Huh? Well, I mean, sure, I have it right here. Here you are.
Let me see. That's right! Yanfei said she's a legal advisor, didn't she? Maybe she can help Jichao somehow. True. Though surely there must be a win-win solution.
Finding the hairpins would be the win-win situation.
Right. I finished reading the contract. The
Solution.
terms are very clear, and they do indeed stipulate that you must pay Mr. Crossell the original value of the hairpins as compensation for the loss. Furthermore, the contract also expressly states that the amount of compensation must take current market prices into account. And given the rarity of Smaragdus Jadeite, I fear that the final amount of compensation may end up being significantly higher as a result.
Even higher? Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Jichao looks like she's about to faint. However, all of this is assuming that it is indeed genuine Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid into the hairpins. Did you really have to pause before saying that part? Anyway, the hairpins are lost, so how exactly would we be able to find out if the Jadeite is genuine or not?
Sorry.
Whichever way you look at it, we've got to start by finding those hairpins. Except that if we found the hairpins, there'd no longer be any need to check whether the Jadeite is genuine, would there? Seems right.
Please, don't trouble yourselves over this. The fact is, I lost the item and I should pay compensation per the contract. However much it is, I will have to pay it. My family are merchants after all. It's vital that we keep our word and respect our contracts.
You guys are...
Now that it's come to this, I really shouldn't keep Crossell in the dark any longer. I'll go and inform him of the issue and then negotiate the amount of compensation.
Yes, legally speaking, it seems this is the most sensible course of action. But before that, I have some questions about the hairpins. So hold on a moment, Mr. Chow. When you first touched the hairpins, what did you feel?
What did I feel? Well, I remember that the gemstones set into the pins were perfectly smooth to the touch, like the finest quality jade. My family has seen much jade pass through its hands in the past, so I am quite certain of my judgment in this matter.
Smooth to the touch. Finest quality jade. No, it's nothing. I just need to re-examine a few things. Let's head over to Mr. Crossell's.
Hey. Yeah, and the last time I tried doing live streams, I was also video editing them too, which took forever because, certain things were, oh, well, I have to replace the music because it's copyrighted, blah, and I'm like, no, this time around, no, I'm not doing any video editing like that. It takes too much time, it's stressful. I also kind of told my viewers on YouTube, hey, I'm gonna have a video coming out on these days, and I don't do that anymore. I don't make promises like way too stressful. If you have a stone today, could this be your lucky day? What kind of stone? Choices of rare stones from my store. You buy a stone, you can cut it open, hide the jade inside, and pray you had some waited for it. Of course, no jade means no more. The easiest way to learn is to buy it yourself and go get it. Okay, go on then. Excellent. Fortune favors the bold, and over here, please, sir. Extraordinary, the mysterious jade. I guess 600 more. Uh-huh. Okay, let me read what I'm supposed to. Okay. Why do you do that twice? There's no reason to do that twice. Okay.
Steady as stone.
Try your luck betting on jade?
No, not what I wanted to do. Okay, that don't do anything. Person has a... Let's say the red and white one. I don't know who you are.
Try your luck betting on jade?
Oh, that's not the... That probably wasn't even the quest I was supposed to be doing. Awesome. Okay.
Ah, Miss Yanfei, you've returned. With Miss Jiqiao in tow, too, I see. How are the hairpins? I trust you're quite satisfied with them?
About that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You lost them? Are you serious? Do you have any idea how expensive they were?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Truly, I am. I'll pay the compensation as per our contract. Every last mora.
Mora? Do you have any idea what I had to go through to get my hands on that Smaragdus jadeite? I just don't... Forget it. Talking won't bring them back. Since Miss Yanfei is here, I suppose we can just have her estimate the amount that needs to be paid.
No problem. But before I can give an official estimate, I'll need to do a little market research. Ah, yes, and if I may just confirm again, it was in fact genuine Smaragdus jadeite inlaid into the hairpins, correct?
Of course! Genuine article guaranteed, or I pay back 10 times the value.
Alright, understood. I'll conduct some market research, and once I'm back, I'll provide an official assessment of the sum owed by Mr. Chow in compensation. Please wait here, Mr. Crossell.
Thank you very much. How could she lose my hairpins? She'd better pay every last mora that they're worth.
Looks like I'll have to find some way to raise that money.
Please wait, Mr. Chow. I have something to discuss with you. It's not convenient to speak here, so let's find somewhere that we can sit and talk in more detail.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Find a place to sit down. No big deal. Only problem is I don't know where that spot is.
Why'd they have to give me that transfer?
Over here, maybe. I forget if there's chairs up here. Maybe not here, but other places. Yeah, maybe. Wow. I'm going everywhere but the spot where there's supposed to be chairs. That's what I do. I just walk around.
Consumer psychology.
Okay. Finally found some chairs. Let's sit down over here.
Paid another handsome sum today.
Maybe.
A toast to our success.
No.
Listen, let me tell you how it is.
Where the heck does she wanna talk? I don't. Hey, what? No. I want to do this one. Okay. We'll do this one. Apparently I forgot I was on a previous quest that involved this guy. Cool. That's why I can't find this sitting spot. Awesome. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I should have done this earlier.
Mm-hmm. What the heck does that mean? Friendship. Hmm. Is that a new thing? I've never seen it before. Running out of time. Just submit now. It will never be perfect. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, now I've got 5 hearts, so that's great. I'll submit it, and then I'll be on touching up. Hope everyone enjoys this year's lantern. Okay. At least they're not on separate floors. That's the good part. Oh, Clark. No, this guy. Let's talk to this guy. Yeah?
I should have
No?
understood
No.
that
Not that guy. Ugh. Okay, thank you. I can go back to this one. Where is it at? Ah, I was right. We were supposed to sit here.
Miss Yunfei, what is this about? Are you here to tell me how much I owe?
No.
Maybe.
What I wanted to talk about is, there is a chance that the Orin laid on those hairpins may not be Smaragdus Jadeite after all.
What do you mean? Are you implying that you already sneaked off and found them?
Obviously not. I'm no adventurer, let alone a member of the guild. I don't run thankless, time-consuming errands for a living. Let's just say I made some deductions. I
Okay.
don't know if Granny told you this, but Smaragdus Jadeite is found deep underground and contains very concentrated elemental energy.
Uh-huh.
If mere mortals come into contact with it, well, they'll be sick in the best case. And in the worst case, they could even experience a dramatic change of personality. It most certainly would not be smooth to the touch.
Oh.
Mr. Chow, did you at any time feel unwell while the hairpins were in your possession?
No, not at all. I felt perfectly fine the whole time. Not even the slightest bit unwell. I didn't feel anything special at all, in fact.
Ooh.
Now that is strange. I noticed earlier that there were elemental traces in Mr. Crossel's vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
If I've deduced correctly, he may still have the Smaragdus Jadeite in his possession.
If that's the case, we should go confront him right now and expose his dirty scam right to his face!
We would like to do that, but...
Absolutely not. If we were to confront him now, there's no way he would admit to it. Eventually, he would find some argument to compel us to leave.
Uh-huh.
And then, he'd throw the Smaragdus Jadeite into the sea the moment we were gone.
Gotcha.
After that, he would simply insist that Mr. Chow pay up per the contract. He would lose nothing. Meanwhile, we would have to look under every stone in Liyue, hoping and praying that the hairpins do actually still exist somewhere in this world.
So vivid that Paimon thinks it might be experience talking.
Oh, it certainly is. I've seen my fair share of situations like this, and brute force methods are certainly one way of resolving them. Fortunately, I have far more elegant solutions at my disposal. I'll share them with you in due course.
Well then, since you're so experienced in dealing with problems like this, perhaps you could help me, Miss Yunfei.
Oh, that won't be a problem. But first, Mr. Chow, could I ask you to please sign this contract?
Huh? Does there have to be a contract for everything? Paimon can't even keep track. It feels like Yanfei is even more concerned with them than a certain someone else we know.
These are my formal terms of engagement. Everything prior to now has just been pro bono advice. But for me to investigate any further, I require a written contract.
Okay.
Any work commissioned but not bound by a contract cannot be relied upon.
I understand. Then I will be glad to place this matter into your capable hands if you will take it, Miss Yunfei.
No problem. Just sign here, and I'll sign too. Okay. Now write your address here, and then sign on this page as well.
She looks super
And
confused.
I'll also need your signatures on pages 5, 7, and on the very last page. Finally, if you could just use this ink pad to make a handprint over here.
Ugh.
This contract has so many pages. Paimon's all out of brain juice again.
Alright, that should do it. My fees are the same as always, and they're written in the contract. Have a look through and let me know if you have any questions.
No.
I've had a read through. Everything checks out.
Well then, here's your copy of the contract. I will retain the other copy.
Okay.
Not for now, no. Despite how intractable this problem might sound, it will actually be quite straightforward to resolve, once we've got some things squared away.
Alright,
I don't believe you have been part of an investigation like this before, in which case, hopefully this should be quite the experience.
That it definitely is turning out to be.
Miss Yunfei, I have to ask, why are you helping me?
Because, as it happens, I'm currently trying to acquire some Smaragdus Jadeite myself. I noticed strong traces of geoenergy around Mr. Crossel, so perhaps he has, in fact, secured some. Whether he actually made it into an item of jewelry or not is a separate matter, but either way, it's a lead. As long as we follow it, who knows? We might just be able to get our hands on some Smaragdus Jadeite. Also, the idea of someone abusing the law to their advantage, I won't stand for it.
That's a
But
good
again,
person.
let's not dwell on this. Let's go to... where can we find someone who processes ore? Ah, I've got it! Let's pay a visit to Chateau, the boss of the Jade Mystery. He's a professional when it comes to working with stone and ore.
Okay.
If Mr. Crossel had his ore worked on at all, Chateau would undoubtedly have been his first choice.
Yeah, which is the particular person right behind it. Okay. Gotcha. Oh. Once again, there's a pawn there. Watch your step.
Why, hello there, honored customers. Welcome to... Oh, it's you, Miss Yenfei. Is something the matter? Surely not more spurious claims that my jade betting is rigged and no one can ever win? Oh, I swear on all that is sacred.
No, nothing of the sort. Has a Snezhnine merchant named Crossel enlisted your ore processing services recently by any chance?
A Snezhnayan merchant named Crossel, you say? I do remember that. He brought me a piece of ore, claiming that it was Smaragdus Jadeite. That was the first time I'd ever encountered it, so I had no way of telling if it was really Smaragdus Jadeite or not. But if a customer insists, far be it from me to contradict them. He was quite generous with his money, too, so I didn't give it too much thought. I processed the ore as per his request.
Do you have any leftover debris from your work on it?
Why, yes. It was my first time encountering this ore, after all, so I kept a few loose shavings to study myself later. They're right over there, in fact.
Thank you, sir. We'll take a look at them.
Get too close.
If my eyes don't deceive me, the cross-sections and patterning suggest that these are Smaragdus nephrite shavings. Yes, it's not particularly rare, nor is it especially valuable. It's used to make jewelry all the time. I've heard it said that Smaragdus nephrite is in fact the outer layer of Smaragdus jadeite, though no one's ever proven it.
A thin layer of separation, huh?
If you must see for yourself, try examining these shavings for traces of elemental energy. Smaragdus nephrite is an entirely ordinary ore, containing no elemental energy whatsoever.
Is that so? Well, we might as well give elemental sight a shot. So, did you find anything?
Not a trace of elemental energy.
So they really are different. But wait, how come Jichao was able to tell what it was just by looking at the shards? That's pretty awesome.
There's nothing special to it. It just so happens that I've come across a great many of these in my time. These two stones actually look very similar. Someone without a deep understanding of them would find it very difficult to tell them apart.
Okay.
There may be only a subtle difference for the casual viewer, but that translates to an astronomical difference in terms of the market price. And, I'm sure, a significant difference in the cost of having them carved into shape.
All right, let's focus up. We're going off on a tangent.
But, never mind, Shirto. Why would Mr. Crossel...
Unusual actions have unusual reasons behind them. Let's take some of these shavings back to Chateau.
So in other words, it's fake kryptonite. Gotcha. This type of stone doesn't make you sick. And kryptonite definitely makes you sick. Really?
Miss Yenfei? Might I be so bold as to inquire,
If you could just confirm for me once more, sir. Mr. Crossell did indeed claim that the ore he brought to your store was in fact Smaragdus Jadeite, did he not?
Yes, that's right. I still have a record of the job with me, in fact. Here. It says quite clearly, 1 chunk Smaragdus Jadeite, uncut.
Then I have no further questions. But could I borrow the processing record and the stone shavings?
Of course. But might I ask why you need them?
Oh, I have my reasons. Ah, yes. Please sign here on this affidavit.
Yeah.
This document shall serve as signed proof that these stone shavings originated from the, ore that Mr. Crossell brought to your store. Please read it carefully.
Yeah. Court documents and lawyer stuff. I used to do that kind of work. I was a process server. That basically just means I go over to people's houses and hand them a court paper saying when they're supposed to go to court.
Yes, I see. Forgive me for asking again, Miss Yenfei, but might I know the nature of the incident on this occasion?
I wouldn't say there's been an incident, just a minor issue. Thank you, sir. I'll take these with me.
And the reason why I stopped is, well,
With this hard evidence to back us up,
it's just,
Crossell won't dare try to deny what he did.
let's just say that sometimes when you're trying to serve somebody a court paper, they either A, know they're going to get sued, so they don't answer the door, or B, they don't expect it at all, and as soon as you hand them the papers, they're like, you know, leave my property now, thanks. I'm like, yeah, no problem, I'm out of here. Or B, they're really understanding and they're like, okay, I get it, you know, that's fine. But most of the time, they're really pissed off people, and that's what scares me. That, and I only got paid if I actually served the paper, which means I would lose a ton of gas money just going over to their house or work. Yeah, that was not fun.
On the contrary, this is far from sufficient to build a case. We need to find something a little more compelling. If you want to make jewelry, you need a professional jewelsmith. Let me think. Jewelry. Nope. Aha! Got it! Sinxie. She often helps people to find a jewelsmith. Let's go pay her a visit.
Well, Mr. Killer Pro, sorry if I interrupted your day. I know you like catching my streams and whatnot, which is kind of the reason why I started that whole conversation about schedules and, you know, me saying I'll be here, blah blah blah, and all that stuff.
So many people.
Since I don't have a schedule, I know everybody's busy at different times during the day.
Because lots of people come to me for legal advice every day. As you know, Liyue Harbor is the city of contracts. And contracts, well, I should say laws, are very important to us.
Excuse me.
But the amendments made by the Tianquan to our laws are unnecessarily complicated. How can I put this? It just seems like they're hard to understand and impossible to finish. As such, legal advisors like myself provide quite the popular service indeed.
So you help them make sense of the law. But didn't you say that it's hard to understand and impossible to finish?
Yes, well, that's no obstacle because I've memorized all the legal codices.
And trust me, there's a lot of them.
You memorized them?
You sound surprised. Knowing the law inside out is a legal advisor's bread and butter, you know? Oh, this has nothing to do with being an adeptus. I just like reading things.
Uh-huh.
Again with that casual tone.
Well, that's that then. Let's go look for Singsi.
Sing see. If I had to take a guess, that's a lady name. It's hard to tell with Chinese names, because they're kind of unisex most of the time. Okay, I can do it. Here we go. Of course, I end up going the wrong way. Every time. Oh no. I'm almost there.
Join the Adventurers Guild. You'll have a
Huh, I was right.
Oh, Miss Yenfei, it's you. Has something happened? Did the client from last time,
Have no further trouble from then on? Yes, of course. I'm just here to ask you a few questions. Has a merchant by the name of Crossel asked you to put him in contact with a jewelsmith recently?
Krosel? Yes, I remember him. He's a merchant from Snezhnaya, no? Yeah, he came to me with a chunk of something he called Smaragdus Jadeite.
Mm-hmm.
The design of the hairpins that he gave me was quite intricate, so it took me some work to find someone who was up to the job. Eventually, I found an older jewelsmith who made them exactly according to his specifications.
Mm-hmm.
This order was on hold for a very long time, and only completed quite recently, which is why I remember it so well.
Doesn't seem
Oh.
like there's any evidence to be found here.
Miss Inksy, I'd like for you to confirm for me once more. When Mr. Crossel commissioned you to find him a jewelsmith, did he or did he not assert that the material he presented to you that day was called Smaragdus Jadeite?
Yes, I'm sure of it. The hairpins were made using many expensive materials, and the asking price was quite high, so we had to put this transaction on record with the Ministry of Civil Affairs.
Yay, another place I get to go investigate.
Mr. Krosel wasn't very familiar with the necessary procedures, so I filed it on his behalf. I also kept a copy for my own records. See for yourself, the item is called Smaragdus Jadeite Twin Phoenix Pins. The inlaid gemstone is recorded as Smaragdus Jadeite. The document even has the official seal of the ministry on it.
Ooh. Which means Mr. Kiosk is looking at a whole heck of a lot of jail time.
Thank you, Sinksy. Now, could you let me borrow this document?
Sure, it isn't serving much purpose here anyway. I take it then that there's been some more trouble?
Nothing you need to worry about, just a minor issue. I'll return your document as soon as I'm done with it. Thanks again.
Why is everyone's first reaction always to assume someone or something is in trouble?
I believe we have almost all the evidence we need. We just need to make one last trip. Let's go to Boo Boo Pharmacy to speak with Dr. Baiju.
The weirdo with the snake around his neck? What do you want to speak to him for?
Because only he can provide an authoritative statement confirming that Smaragdus Jadeite is harmful to the human body. Once we have this final piece of evidence in our hands, we can wrap this case up.
Okay, cool. Because, once again, I just want my teapot. I don't care how I have to get this thing. I just want my teapot, people. To me, that's like the reward of finishing chapter 1, and I have to do this whole what seems like it's gonna be a 2-parter side quest just to get it. I hope part 1 is just okay. Here, you're done. Part 2 will come super later because you got what you need.
My, to what do I owe the pleasure? Though I'm afraid that if you're looking for our little Chi-Chi, she's out gathering herbs.
Oh, that's fine.
And if it isn't Miss Yenfei as well, now that's an even rarer honor. What business brings you here, might I inquire? Some charlatans peddling ineffectual medicines again, no doubt?
No. I'm here this time to ask if you're familiar with Smaragdus Jadeite.
Smaragdus Jadeite? Why, yes, there is some information about it included in the 6th commentary on the 7 Mountain Treatises.
Uh-huh.
The 7 Mountain Treatises states that this substance springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains, and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it.
Right.
It is abundant in elemental energy, so if someone without a vision is in contact with it for a prolonged period, best case scenario, they fall ill. Worst case scenario, they'll suffer great changes in personality, and their illness will only ever get worse.
Aww.
Anyway, I'm sure you didn't come all this way just to chit-chat. Knowing you, Yenfei, and given the specific nature of your question, I suppose that you're about to ask me to write an official affidavit attesting to the pharmaceutical peculiarities of Smaragdus Jadeite?
Bingo.
That is indeed the case. If you would be so kind, Dr. Baiju.
Thanks.
No trouble at all. It's just a single document, won't take me a moment. I would mention, though, that you are not the only one who's developed a curiosity for Smaragdus Jadeite recently. A Snezhnayan merchant came to ask me about it not long ago.
It just makes the word Snizhnayan feel kind of Willy Wonka-y-ish. Like, the Snizhnayans are like reverse Oompa Loompas. they don't like love chocolate, they just hate it. Hello? Hello? Good night. I said good night. Please don't call here again. Thank you. Oh, goodness. They do not stop ever.
But after I gave him my reply, his expression shifted to one of remarkable disappointment. I wonder, Miss Yenfei, if your pressing business might be related to this Snezhnayan merchant?
Ah, you needn't concern yourself about that, Dr. Baiju. Thank you for penning us that document. I'll make sure to compensate you in due course.
You're too kind. Take care now.
Alright, Orochimaru. See ya later.
That Baiju guy is as weird as ever. Is it just Paimon, or does it feel like he was fishing for something back there?
Dr. Baiju's always been like that. Well, we have the evidence we need. Let's go find Mr. Crossel.
Huh? Oh, it must be the world quest trying to activate while I'm walking around. No, go away.
Miss Yanfei, have you finished your investigation? I trust you will now be in a position to assess the compensation due.
Yes, my investigation is indeed concluded. I can now provide a final figure for the amount payable.
Wonderful. Well then, please, could you do the honors, Miss Yanfei?
Of course. According to the stipulations of the contract, Mr. Crossell, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original transaction price in Mora.
Sure. Wait, what? Me pay her? Surely there's been some kind of mistake, Miss Yanfei.
Nope.
Not at all. According to my investigations and the material evidence that we've gathered, the substance claimed to be Smaragdus Jadeite that was inlaid within the Smaragdus Jadeite twin phoenix pins that you rented out to Mr. Chow was, in fact, Smaragdus Nephrite. Now, the contract states very clearly that 10 times the price shall be paid should the article not be genuine. Accordingly, you are liable for this sum, which is payable to Mr. Chow in Mora.
Nice work.
Material evidence? What material evidence? Why, Miss Yanfei, you cannot frame me like this!
Not framing.
I spent a huge sum to obtain that Smaragdus Jadeite, and yet you claim that the ore inlaid on the hairpins is somehow fake? I demand to see your evidence.
Okay.
Indeed. Only a testimony from an expert witness involved in the processing of the ore can serve as an authoritative assessment of whether it is genuine. Traveler, please produce the evidence in question. This is a processing record from the Jade Mystery, along with stone samples and an affidavit signed by the business owner, Chateau.
Seriously? Even the boss there couldn't differentiate between Smaragdus Jadeite and Smaragdus Nephrite. How does this prove anything? In any case, Smaragdus Nephrite is the outer layer of Smaragdus Jadeite. So I had him cut away the Nephrite, he returned the valuable Jadeite core to me, and some Nephrite samples remain in the store. What am I missing exactly?
That's an unsubstantiated belief.
Well, your claim that my ore is fake is just as unsubstantiated. And we are here to talk about evidence, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Looks like our first piece of evidence didn't convince him at all. Seems like he came prepared. What should we do next?
Hard evidence, something legally binding. We have just the thing. Show him, Traveler. Oh, come on. I meant the backup copy of the document from the Ministry of Civil Affairs. The one we got from Sinxi of Mingsing Jewelry.
Oh. Okay.
This document proves that my hairpins are the real deal, doesn't it? This is the Ministry's seal, after all. It shows that the ore inlaid on the pins is indeed Smaragdus Jadeite.
Our second piece of evidence didn't work either. And this guy's getting more belligerent by the second.
Sorry. Hello. Hello. Good night. Yeah, normally I tell people good night because I'm trying to take a nap to go to sleep so that I can somewhat be rested for my job. And so that's why I always say good night. And they're like, excuse me? Do you understand English? I was like, yes, good night.
You know, you could be right. Perhaps the hairpins are the real deal after all.
Of course I'm right. All the evidence shown supports my story.
Well, hang on a moment now, because I do recall one final piece of evidence that we haven't revealed yet. Traveler, would you do the honors? This shall...
What's this?
Smaragdus Jadeite springs forth from stone marrow within the mountains and will bring disaster to any mere mortals who touch it. Sustained contact with Smaragdus Jadeite over a prolonged period will, in less serious cases, cause a mild malady, while in serious cases, the patient may suffer a dramatic change of personality and fall seriously ill. Mr. Crossell, were you aware of these peculiar properties of Smaragdus Jadeite?
I had no idea.
So you should be like throwing up and vomiting and pooping yourself, right?
No idea, you say? I'd guessed as much. But for you to have rented out such a dangerous item... I'm afraid that this falls outside the scope of my work, but within that of the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, I'm sure that the Ministry will be relatively lenient considering that, as you say, you were ignorant of the danger you posed. Don't worry, Mr. Crossell. I will make sure that all the evidence presented here will be handed over to the Ministry. I trust that you'll give them your full cooperation in their investigations.
Yeah, I would.
What? Wait! I knew.
Yeah.
Oh, so you knew? Oh, dear Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous properties beforehand, why would you...
Huh? No, The hairpins aren't actually
inlaid with genuine Smaragdus Jadeite? Is that what you were about to say? You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Ms. Zerchow 10 times the original price in Mora? Mr. Crossell,
Awesome.
your answer, please. My client...
Yep, he's seriously intimidating right now. It's like she's a different person.
That's what a lawyer does.
I confess, the ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was Smaragdus nephrite.
Good job.
But I'm a victim in all of this too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus Jadeite, in the hopes of turning it into a piece of jewelry that would fetch a fine price. But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I was in a constant state of agitation too.
Nice.
I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money go to waste?
Don't know.
That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus Jadeite.
Okay.
I kept the real Smaragdus Jadeite in a specially made box. I daren't touch it again.
This sounds a whole lot like kryptonite to me. Yeah, you put the Smaragdus Jadeite in a lead-sealed box so that it couldn't harm anybody.
I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Zhiqiao lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal, why'd you make her pay so much?
Because his hospital bills were extremely high?
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus Jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make off it.
Oh, okay. Okay, gotcha.
If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then my days in this line of business would be over.
Alright, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract, you must pay Mr. Chow 10 times the original price in Mora, and that is final.
Yep.
10 times?
Rosa looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow, 20% of that sum will go to me.
Holy crap, you just made a fortune, lady. Oh, my.
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus Jadeite.
Or you could just give us the Smaragdus Jadeite and we'll call it even.
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much, Mora. Even if the Smaragdus Jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them. Legally or not, I think I owe some compensation for that.
Ms. Jichao, you...
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus jadeite, why don't you give it to me instead? I'll consider us even.
Oh, great. Now I gotta do favors for her just to get the thing.
What? But I... Alright then. This cursed rock's brought me enough grief as it is.
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus jadeite over to you. I trust that it will suffice as remuneration?
Oh, never mind.
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever. It'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more appropriately.
Deal.
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Mr. Chow, have you and Mr. Crossell come to an understanding?
Well, yes, I believe we have.
Well then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
I just look at her. She's like, awesome. I did something super great, and you look like an idiot.
Is that so? That's good. That's good.
Now don't do it
Actually,
again.
Mr. Crossell, I'd like to talk business for a second, if I may.
Ooh.
I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the ore business, and we have a fair stock of fine ores. If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think we could do some fine business between us.
Neat.
Let me think for a moment.
I take the deal.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. But this time, you managed to solve the problem with just a big stack of documents.
That were a pain to get because we still walked around the whole entire town getting them.
Even though the solution didn't involve actually finding the hairpins.
Yeah.
The right solution depends on your perspective on the problem.
So we could have been doing both, but we just decided to do one or the other.
The objective of my client, Mr. Chow, was to reduce her liability to pay compensation. So, rather than looking high and low for some hairpins, proving that the rented item was nowhere near worth what the vendor had claimed it to be was the more efficient solution. An Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans.
Yeah?
The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor.
Right.
In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far more than it needs adeptal powers?
You have a point.
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet she's been on tenterhooks for a while now.
Yeah. Thank goodness. I'm gonna hurry up and get what I need. Doo-doo. Madam King, where'd you go? There you are. I'm gonna mark this on my map. Just because I do not want to keep finding this place. No. Yeah. Not exactly right where it is, but close enough. Mm, hate doing it that that always happens. I'm so used to hitting the A button to like confirm stuff. Hey. No, nope. Yeah, it's not Ming, it's Ping. Now I gotta change it.
Ah, you've returned. How did it go? Were you able to find the Smaragdus Jadeite? Good, good. Then we have all the materials we need.
Good, let's get started.
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients waiting for me back at the office.
Oh, you. All right then. Go see to your business. Granny should be able to handle the rest.
Good.
I'm off then. Bye! Oh yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you.
Okay.
I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts too.
Awesome. You might want to keep me on speed dial.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my teapot, hmm?
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
Yeah. Don't want to stay and, clean out the spiders.
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day when he stood beside Rex Lapis. Ah, indeed she is. Liyue has changed, and the Adepti must also learn to change. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city among us all. Ah, Liyue is not the same place I once knew. All right then, let us speak of this no more. Back on topic. I believe that I still owe you a little gift.
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
It is but a single teapot. It shan't take long at all. Just wait here for a moment.
I will do.
There we go. This Serenity pot is all yours now. Hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might happen. Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little more lively inside.
Thanks, Granny.
Wait a minute, Granny! How exactly are we supposed to use this teapot?
Yeah.
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to await you within this teapot. She will explain everything you need to know about it.
Good. Finally. This is like the very last thing the game wants you to use.
What was that? Oh,
And
it's gone.
depending
Can I go take a
on
look?
how quickly you play the game, this could take you a week, or you could be like me, where this could take you a month and a half. Holy cow. I'm assuming it's just like this one where you just place it anywhere and go inside the teapot, and then later You'll interact with the teapot, and it'll go right back in your inventory. Yeah, only one at a time, huh? What's this one look like? Islands pressed in midair to go believe. Emerald Park. Don't really want to climb on mountains. I'll do this one first.
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame Ping's! There's even a great big house in the middle, too! Huh. But there's just a whole load of nothing around it.
Go dig and burrow to live in for now. Ah, let's do this.
I can't do that! Well, you're the one with the sword anyway, you do it!
I'll get on it.
Still, why is it so empty here apart from that house? Oh, wait a second, what is that?
Awesome.
Well, it seems that we have a visitor. Oh!
Ah! It's Tubby! From a distance, Paimon thought it was just a huge finch.
A huge bird.
So you're the little helper Madame Ping mentioned?
Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. Yes, she did summon me here. She told me much about you.
Good.
You know, back when we met in the Mondstadt Tavern, I had a feeling that we would meet again. It seems I was right, but it's still a nice surprise to meet you here.
As you too.
You may leave all matters regarding the upkeep of this realm to me.
Good.
Your journey may be far from over, but at least this way you will not want for a comfortable place to sleep each night. Though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not have the time of day to attend to the banal matter of their maintenance.
I'm just happy I finally got this place unlocked.
Thus, we teapot spirits were created to help guard their realms and manage their affairs. You may consider me a butler, if you will.
Good. I've never actually had one, so if I tell you to do strange things, sorry in advance?
Now, allow me to explain this realm to you.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you any blueprints on you? Specifically, blueprints with beautiful rooms, chairs, and the like.
I might have a few.
As long as you have a blueprint, you can refashion this realm however you please.
Neat.
Blueprints? Oh, that's right! Granny handed us some when she gave us the teapot, didn't she? Let's take them out and have a look.
No good angle to watch this from. Here you go.
Yes, these are the blueprints I'm talking about. Go on, open them up.
Okay.
Just commit the image of the objects to memory and prepare the necessary materials. Then simply release the thought from your mind and the object in the blueprint shall appear within this teapot.
Wow!
Neat.
Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside, couldn't we?
I doubt it. A golden-eyed adeptus explained this to me at some point in the past. He said that even though subspace creation is a product of adeptal power, even that has its limits.
Golden. You're like, 6 feet tall. Didn't care about money.
This world is not a true one, after all. It provides merely a moment of brief respite from the mortal realm, not a means of escaping it entirely.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about.
A golden-eyed adeptus? Paimon wonders who could that be?
I hardly remember myself. What's more, I have never seen that adeptus again since. Well, let's not dwell on that. Have a look around. Best you get accustomed to this realm.
Thanks.
If there's anything you would like to ask, just look for me.
Will do. Look for Toby and the Serenity Pot. Gotcha. Cool. All right, Toby. Neat.
I just need a moment to quickly take down some notes.
Okay. Okay. Neat. Alright. Okay. Save? Alright. Mm. Oh, okay. So... Oh, okay. Not this one. There's another thing that I wanted to do. Because there's just something about their friendship levels where if they stay long enough, they can get their friendship level like increased every so often. I think I have to have a serenity pot at a certain level. Alright. Now I want to get out of here. How do I get out of this thing? Oh, press V to hold. There it is. Never mind. I'm a dum-dum.
Maybe you're not used to the place at the moment, but once you've materialized enough rooms and furniture through subspace creation, it will feel just like home.
Oh. Yeah, this is the screen I was looking for. Awesome. Yep, that's one of the things I'm gonna need to buy a lot of once okay. I'll take that now, because I don't know when the next time I'm gonna be in here. Oh, I can't wait to do a lot of this stuff off camera. It's gonna be fun. Because like one of the games I wanted to play, but just don't have the money for is Animal Crossing, and this just reminds me of it a lot. And I've been wanting to play a game that's kind of like that. But once again, I'm kind of a somewhat poor fellow, and I don't get a lot of money. Oh yeah? That's neat. For those of you who can't read my chat, Mr. Killer just told me other players can boost your crafting speed as well. Neat. Okay. Well, I'm gonna get out of here and let you guys get back to your day.
Questions about the realm within, you may ask me.
And I'm gonna take a nap before my daughter wakes up. Aw. I thought that was gonna hand me some bamboo for a minute.
Someone needs assistance.
Nuts. Go check this guy out.
Hey there! Looks like my luck is pretty good today.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. It sure beats sleeping out in the open when adventuring. Way better. You don't need to find a hole in a tree to rest in, and you don't have to worry about sneak attacks from monsters.
Yeah.
Rocks crashing from the sky, whopper flowers popping out of nowhere. Really? Awesome! I'm so lucky to have someone as nice as you as a partner.
Eat.
Looks like I'll be bothering you a bunch from now on.
Yeah, this feels just like Animal Crossing. I've watched a ton of not really a ton, but I watched this channel called Drawfee on YouTube, and they sometimes play games and mostly just draw random stuff. And like I just couldn't wait to get over here and do stuff. So awesome.
I'll catch up.
Anyway, thanks for joining me today. Have a good day, night, or whatever time it is you're watching this. So I got a lot of off-camera stuff to do. See you next time.